So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Morrowind. Wir werden in dieser Folge eine kleine Geschichtsstunde veranstalten. Und wir fangen an mit den Plänen, um Dagos Ur zu besiegen. The plan to defeat Dagos Ur. For the past 20 years, the Tribunal have tried unsuccessfully to execute this plan. However, we failed because we were required to stage an assault and simultaneously maintain the ghost fence to prevent the threatened large-scale breakout of Dagos Ur's blighted hosts. With the Nerevarine leading the assault and the Tribunal free to devote their full energies to maintain the ghost fence, this plan has a greater chance of success. Unfortunately, however, the loss of the artifacts Thunder and Keening and the recent increase in Dagos Ur's strength poses new problems for the execution of the plan. Therefore, our proposed plan has the following 5 phases: a series of aggressive raids to scout inside the ghost fence, a series of aggressive raids to neutralize Dagos Ur's ash vampire kin and recover artifacts from the bodies of his kin, an assault of Gate Citadel Verminal to neutralize Dagos Vermin and recover the artifact Hammer Thunder, an assault of Gate Citadel Odrosal to neutralize Dagos Odros and recover the artifact Blade Keening, an assault of Citadel Dagos with the artifacts Wraithguard Thunder and Keening to sever Dagos Ur's connection to the heart of Lorkhan and thus to destroy Dagos Ur. Phase 1. Raids inside the ghost fence. The Tribunal, Ordinators and Beyond Armatures are familiar with the terrain and will provide maps and current intelligence reports. The region inside the ghost fence is dangerous and the Nerevarine will need to be familiar with its particular challenges. After measuring skills and resources against Dagos Ur's defenses, the Nerevarine will know better how to pace a campaign, alternating raids with improving skills, getting better equipment and stockpiling resources. Raids upon Ash Vampire Citadels. Dagos Ur's kin have become markedly more powerful in recent decades after remaining stable for thousands of years. If they can be individually isolated and destroyed, they will not be able to support Dagos Ur in later stages of the war. It may also be that the dramatic increase in their power comes from items enchanted by Dagos Ur. Salvage of such items might contribute to our resources. Assault on Gate Citadel Verminal. Essential to recover the artifact Hammer Thunder for Phase 5. The Ash Vampire Dagos Vermin has possession of Thunder and probably seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. He may also have access to notebooks and journals of Kagrenak that have survived in the Dwemer workshops of Verminal. Phase 4. Assault on Gate Citadel Odrosal. Essential to recover the artifact Blade Keening for Phase 5. The Ash Vampire Dagos Odros has possession of Keening and probably seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. He may also have access to notebooks and journals of Kagrenak that have survived in the Dwemer workshops of Odrosal. Assault on Citadel Dagos. All the previous stages are preparations for this stage. Recent expeditions show that Citadel Dagos has undergone extensive expansion. The location will need to be explored carefully. The known route to the Hrnchamd will be well defended alternative routes may exist. Dagoth-Ur will have anticipated our plan to destroy him by attacking the heart, and will almost certainly personally oppose approach to the heart chamber. Together the tribunal could not defeat him, and he has grown stronger since then. Admittedly, the tribunal had the distraction of maintaining the ghost fence simultaneously with fighting Dagoth-Ur, but even so the challenge seems daunting. The adoption of this phased campaign seems to offer the best chances for success. In retrospect, the tribunal's decision to directly assault Citadel Dagoth rather than proceed step by step through lesser objectives must be seen to have been a serious error. The tribunal did not feel it had the option of a slow-paced and deliberate campaign, given that they had many other competing priorities, not the least of which was the maintenance of the ghost fence and the outer defenses surrounding Red Mountain. The Nerevarine, on the other hand, should be best served by a careful step-by-step advance, with the additional advantage of building confidence along the way, while successes would undermine Dagoth-Ur's own assurance in his defenses. Employing Khagranak's tool against Dagoth-Ur. The source of Dagoth-Ur's supernatural power is the heart of Hrnchamd. The heart is also the source of the tribunal's divine powers. During mythic times, the gods took and hid Hrnchamd's heart beneath Red Mountain, as a punishment for creating the mortal plane. The Dwemer discovered the heart by building underground colonies. High Craft Lord Khagranak created enchanted tools intended to tap the power of the heart. The war of the First Council was fought to prevent the sacrilege. Khagranak's use of these tools and the disappearance of the Dwemer race marked the end of the war. Khagranak's tools were recovered by Lord Nerevar and Dagoth-Ur. Dagoth-Ur was left to guard the tools while Nerevar came to consult with us, his advisors. In Nerevar's absence, Dagoth-Ur experimented with the tools upon the heart and was corrupted. We returned to discover a deranged Dagoth-Ur who refused to turn over the tools. When he attacked us, we drove him away. We left Red Mountain with the tools, and subsequently Thotathil discovered their secrets. Collectively, we used the tools to establish a connection with the heart, enabling ourselves to transform our mortal natures. Thus, we became the tribunal. Dagoth-Ur had survived our attacks, and without the tool, in a manner not well understood, Dagoth-Ur also managed to establish a connection with the heart and to transform himself into an immortal being. Our plan to destroy Dagoth-Ur also runs the risk of destroying the tribunal. The plan is to permanently disrupt Khagranak's enchantments upon the heart, severing connection with Dagoth-Ur and ourselves and rendering us all once again mortal. A mortal Khagranak may then be destroyed by mundane means. The loss of godhood and the possible death of the tribunal are judged a necessary risk and sacrifice. The normal procedure for establishing connection with the heart is a three-step process. The wearer of Wraithguard strikes the heart with the hammer Sunder, causing the heart to produce a pure tone. Then the wearer of Wraithguard strikes the heart with the blade Keening, shattering the pure tone into a prism of tone shades. These tone shades are then imprinted upon the substance of the wearer of Wraithguards. giving him an immortal and divine nature. The Nerevarine will not be taught the secret rituals required to perform the third step. Instead, the Nerevarine will strike the heart with keening for a second time, causing its tones to diverge into unstable patterns of interference. Further repeated strikes with keening will further disrupt the tones, with the ultimate result of shattering and dispelling Kagrenac's original enchantments, binding the heart, thereby severing the heart's links with Dagoth-Ur and with any surviving heart wights and with the Tribunal. Destroying Kagrenac's enchantments on the heart will also stop the corrupt effusion of the heart's divine power and end the blight on Morrowind. The Nerevarine may be tempted to steal the power of the heart. Dagoth-Ur and Tothathil alone know the secret. Dagoth-Ur may, in extremity, propose to teach the Nerevarine to use Kagrenac's tools to become a god. We doubt that the Nerevarine is fool enough to trust Dagoth-Ur and are content to take this risk. Be warned. The Nerevarine cannot safely equip either Keening or Sunder unless wearing Wraithguard. The Nerevarine will be injured every moment while holding either of these artifacts unless protected by Wraithguard. Persistence will be rewarded with death. If Nerevarine can equip an item while not wearing Wraithguard and receive no injury, the item is a counterfeit. One last note. Dagoth-Ur must not get hold of Wraithguard. The Nerevarine must prepare and use a recall or CV intervention if there is any risk of death or capture. Habe ich. The element of surprise. Dagoth-Ur will not expect you to destroy Kagrenac's enchantments on the heart. He does not know it is possible. He would not do it himself, and he knows we have never tried it. He will not believe anyone would want to sacrifice the promise of such power. Further advancement in House Dagoth, as in all great houses, is by challenge and confrontation within the hierarchy. The Nerevarine challenges and defeats of the Ash Vampires and battles with the 6th house will be viewed in bad light. Dagoth-Ur and his kin may assume the Neverarine's ambition is to control the heart. Given that assumption, it is only reasonable that the Neverarine would try to defeat each of Dagoth-Ur's subordinates in turn, working up to Dagoth-Ur. If the Neverarine can defeat Dagoth-Ur and control the heart, so much the better. But logically, the Neverarine would wish rise as high in the hierarchy as possible before cutting a deal with head of the house. Dagoth-Ur should try to recruit the Neverarine into House Dagoth. It may be possible to pretend to join him, then betray him. However, any attempt to deceive him will be very risky. House Dagoth has a tradition of subterfuge and treachery, and because he is a deceiver, he will expect deception. Closing remarks. We place no compulsion upon the Neverarine to adhere to the plans described here. We believe that they offer the best chance of destroying Dagoth-Ur, but we have also chosen to place our trust in the Neverarine's judgment and skill. Frankly, we see no alternative. If there are doubts or questions, speak with Vivek. He has agreed to serve as the Neverarine's guide and counselor for this campaign. It may be that the Neverarine succeeds The tribunal will not survive. Such sentiments as might have been expressed to the tribunal should, in that case, be addressed to the land and people of Morrowind. May the happy convergence of fortune and prayer meet in our destiny. On behalf of Lady Almalexia and Lord Thotadbil. Wir weg. So, an dieser Stelle bedanke ich mich für die Aufmerksamkeit. Wir haben jetzt für diesen Brief wirklich eine komplette Folge gebraucht. Ich wünsche euch noch eine tolle Zeit und auf Wiedersehen.